And they are here. They were going to be euthanized, and they're now doing very good. We got one of them that's in the hospital, actually, because she got kind of jabbed back out here in the side by Michael Jackson, but hopefully she's going to be all right. And then we got a lot of our hogs and our cows and steer came from FFA families. A lot of FFA families really struggle with the fact that their animals go to slaughter. They raise these animals and are conditioned and taught to believe that, they're to, send these animals to slaughter and disconnect from that. And a lot of these kids can't do it. In fact, it's hurting a lot of kids. And so we end up getting these animals here, several of them. Some of our goats, like Dee Dee and Dexter, they come from really horrific conditions. And Dee Dee and Dexter, were found by these great people, out in fields with their umbilical cords still attached to them. And they were, left to die, basically. And so, we do our best to help families like this that, they've done what they can to save these animals. But, hey, they don't know how to deal with goats living in their house on top of their kitchen table. Right? True story. Yeah, I remember talking to you about it. And, that's what happens. And so we have the original Rowdy Girl herd, which you'll meet when we go on our hayride. And you're going to meet, Rowdy Girl, Houdini, and all the herd, that I saved from slaughter and the babies that they've had, because we have had some. We have had cows. We had one cow live up to 23 years old. She recently passed away. Her name was Spot. And how old is Muley?
Well, Muley was here in 2002 when I bought the place, and she was probably right at 2 years old. She was a really old heifer, a cow that hadn't been pregnant, and so she's probably only 19.
Not only 19. Imagine that. Yeah. When normally you eat, babies. These cows, are living their life here, and just, some people like to know statistics, some don't. I do like statistics if they make sense to me. And Texas...
Most chickens, to add on right here, most chickens that are served in the restaurants are about 38 to 42 days old.
You're eating infants.
And they're bigger than, I think it took 3 times that long back in 1960, and they were about 2 to 3 pounds at sale. I don't know what they're doing to them, but they get big fast. Yeah,
they blow them up with all kind of hormones and whatnot. But Texas leads the nation in cattle. It's got 248,000 farms and ranches. Texas alone, 248,000. We were one of those small ranches. And, I have a vision of Texas, really being a vegan state. I believe it can happen. I know it's crazy, but so am I. And I am, I have flipped switch, and I see the world totally different. And I do see Texas as being a vegan state. In fact, hashtag TX is going vegan. Hashtag it. TX is going vegan. Every time you're out there, hashtag it. Believe it. Texas leads the nation in numbers of farms and ranches. It also has more women and minority farm operations than any other state in the nation. Texas does. More women and minority farm operations. Think about that. If you can reach the woman, you can reach the man. And we are developing a program right now called the Rancher Advocacy Program. And we are collaborating with organizations in many parts of the country and the world to help bring about a world where ranchers that want to change but don't know what to do actually have a way to do that. And so if you want to know more about that, you can talk to me about that later as well. The rest of this is all about the culture of herding animals, and we'll skip on that, and I'll tell you what our mission statement is. Rowdy Girl Sanctuary will inspire other ranchers to experience a paradigm shift and help them move from participating in the cruelty of factory farming to living out compassion, towards the animals whose lives usually end in brutal death. It's time to rescue ranches. Rowdy Girl Sanctuary has become a beacon of hope in Texas for rancher families. As a result, we are introducing the Rancher Advocacy Program, designed to be a platform for complex issues that arise when family members begin having emotional conflicts regarding the food animals that are being raised for slaughter and the role they are playing in the system in which their families participate. This program is for ranchers and their immediate families and will offer solutions that will assist them with the discernment process of moving towards compassionate choices. Recommended reading and watching: What the Hell, Cowspiracy, Forks Over Knives, Earthlings, Will Tuttle's book, The World Peace Diet, an excellent read. It's time to wake up. We have been brainwashed.
Have you watched The Peaceable Journey?
Yes, The Peaceable Kingdom.
Oh, yes.
By Harold Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the very first ones I watched. It's a beautiful, beautiful documentary.
That's all about ranchers' families.
Yeah, Harold Brown. In fact, I visited with him when I was first starting to become a sanctuary. He was one of the ones I consulted with. So, guys, we need y'all. How many of you are members here? We have some members in the back. Yay! Thank you. Our members are folks that they're sustaining, like the minimum is $15 a month. But it really helps us to, I thought y'all were. Yeah, it really helps us, you know, when like just last month we spent over $1,200 just in vet care.
That's all?
Last month, yeah, $1,200.
That's all?
Yeah.
Now, took a lot of animals to the vet.
Well, yeah, that's what it was last month. But, and then this month, have y'all registered? Okay. But this month, you know, we've already spent, this week, we've already spent $600 in vet care. We spend upwards of $600 a week on food for the cows, just the cows.
$875.
$875.
That's just for
okay.
That's just for sweet feed, but that should be taming down now that summer's getting here.
Yeah, but my point is to become being a members here helps us with the basics. Not to mention the big stuff we need. You know, that's, you know, I can do fundraising for that, but it's so critical that y'all, the ones that love us, take, you know, $15 a month minimum and help us. You know, that's what this is. If you see that form out there and all, there's all kind of perks that go along with becoming a member. I mean, you can look it up. There's forms over there and see what all you get. You get a lot for being a member, and we really need you. So, and then members are free to all of our events. You get to come for free for everything we do, no matter what we have here. As long as you're a member, you come free. That's just one of the perks. So, stay up with us. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Y'all follow us on YouTube. Y'all subscribe there. We always have videos on there. And, of course, we have our newsletter that we do. You can sign up for our newsletter on our website. And this here is our flyer for our upcoming festival. We have our Vegan May Fest, May the 19th. And we've got a great selection of speakers. We got Jane Velez Mitchell coming from California. We've got Linda Middlesworth. She is the co-founder of B-Dog. We've got Dr. Ted Crawford coming from Colorado. He is also comes from a ranching family and is a doctor. Great speaker. I heard him in Sedona. And we've got Kat Moss Mendenhall coming from Dallas. She's the vegan bootmaker and also a plant-based chef. She comes from a ranching family too. And we have Dr. Salish Rao coming here. He is one of the co-producers of What the Health and Cowspiracy. He will be here. He's a huge environmentalist. So you gotta come and see these guys and hear them for real. We're gonna have all sorts of vendors here. We've got great sponsors. We're sponsored by 269 Tag Clothing, Veg Voyages, and we've got a secret sponsor that I'll be able to announce in just a few days because they've got a vegan jerky that's coming out real soon. I can't tell you who it is, but it's going to be unveiled May the 1st. So, any questions before we get started on the tour?
Do you ever sterilize your animals to control costs?
Do we sterilize? Oh yeah, we sterilize all of our animals. Oh, hi, Chuwei. We sterilize all of our cows, like our bulls. We've had some problems with that, but we've had accidental pregnancies, but it's taken a while to get everything straightened out. But we've done it, and we always sterilize, make sure the goats, the boys are sterile, and the boy pigs are sterile. You just have to make sure the boys are sterile, more or less. So, and not the rooster and the chickens, they do their thing. But
you got to make sure you don't lose the eggs for 2 weeks.
You don't do that. Yeah, if you do that, you'll have little baby chickens running around.
And we've never had that happen.
Any other questions? This is the time if you have anything you'd like to ask.
Mine is a long one though, but the only question, you're just talking about so many 100,000 farms in Texas and converting them. What would they do for a livelihood if you did that?
Yeah, good question. So, that's what we're working on right now is what they would do for livelihood. And there's all kinds of solutions to that. And one of them is, of course, the obvious is, organic farming, raising fruits and vegetables. There's also, the very controversial, cell-based technology of growing meat in labs. Because that's happening right now. They're actually growing meat in little petri dishes and without harming animals. So if they could do that, then ranchers could still do what they do. Main thing is to quit hurting the animals, right? And then the other thing is rewilding. There's a big movement to rewild our environment because our environment has been so bogged down with agriculture that it needs, we don't have near the wild animals that we should have because of animal agriculture. Animal agriculture has literally raped the landscape and all of the the predators that go with it. And so we don't have the the wolves, the bears, the cheetahs, all the animals that we need to make our to have a diverse bioculture.
And we'll leave the cheetahs in Africa.
Yeah, the cheetahs are in Africa. Okay. But you know what I'm saying. It's like, I sometimes think out loud. But, and so rewilding, I love that idea. And there's organizations that are willing to help ranchers do that.
What you don't want to do is have a rancher, like I know several of them that have thousands of acres right around here, be forced into a situation where they have to sell their land and it becomes a subdivision. That's not the answer. But Renee's working on all the other answers.
Yeah, and people always want to say that, well, I want to have my own sanctuary, and I'm like, oh, really? You don't know what you're getting into, because I certainly didn't. But what I will tell you is, now that I'm in it, and I may not have known what I was getting into, but I knew that I couldn't keep doing what I was doing, and I was willing to do whatever it took, because sometimes causes come along in life that mean more to you than life itself. That's what happened to me.